This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
All right, great show today, Sean.
Boys just want to have fun, they say. It's new Cyndi Lauper's remix.
Yeah, Natalie wasn't here, and finally we got the shackles off of us and we could just be us.
We can dance.
God, and the things we talked about, geez, well, they were interesting. We talked a lot about scurvy.
We did. No, really. And I bet you didn't know all the symptoms too, so you'll be very informed this morning.
Yeah, I know. You'll be checking out your shins by the end of this. Also, the phases that your children have gone through, we're going to find out what they were and how long it took for them to get out of it.
There was breaking news this morning. Actually, news from your street got underway this morning, Nate.
I know, starting with some news from my street. Also, she is a newly crowned queen of the jungle. Liz Alice joins us.
And Matthew Pavlich jumps in for a bit of chat.
This is Perth's own
Nathan, Nat and Sean. Let's go.
Nova 937.
3 minutes past 6. Nathan, Nat and Sean. Hear that?
Hello.
Yep.
It's only my voice.
It's only your voice, Sean. Why?
Natalie's not here, which means it's a boys' day out.
Yep. She's done well. She's got scurvy, I think.
Yeah, I think it is scurvy, actually.
Isn't that the sea disease when you're travelling?
It is. They used to get it when they were coming over here exploring different lands around Australia. They get a bit of scurvy.
Wow. So if you don't eat vegetables, do you actually get scurvy?
I don't know. Is it a thing your mum and dad used to say to you?
I don't know. Like what? If you eat, you crush your hair or go curly?
Yeah, that kind of thing. We're looking at Harry as the official to tell us everything about scurvy.
Yeah, scurvy confirmed. If you don't eat your fruit and veggies, you'll definitely get scurvy.
Okay, there you go.
And what happens with scurvy?
I mean,
you get skinny.
Isn't that when you go bow-legged? Malnourished bow legs?
I think it's from riding horses. Or
rockets.
Oh, yeah?
Cher got scurvy after being on that cannon on that ship for if I could turn back time. What happens with scurvy?
So you're going to feel tired and weak, that's a guarantee.
Okay,
aching legs and arms.
Aching legs and arms.
Swollen and bleeding gums.
Yeah.
Red or blue spots on the skin.
Red or blue spots on the skin from scurvy?
Usually on the shins.
On the shins?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty full on.
Shin dots.
All right, hopefully no scurvy for today, but we do have an opportunity for people to win some money with us, Nate.
Sorry, I can't get off shin dots.
Nothing beats a cozy winter getaway.
Or escaping to a tropical paradise.
If you're thinking about an early winter escape, whatif.com has just the place.
Check out great accommodation deals across Australia on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Nova's 10K a day in May.
A guaranteed 10K winner every weekday.
Oh, $10,000 of free money. That's right. Nova's 10K a day in May is back.
Nate, we're going to throw 5 people into the draw, starting with Ryan from Dianella. G'day, Ryan.
How are you?
Hey, Ryan.
Ryan, you're in the running. What was the best thing over the weekend for you, mate? The standout?
Getting into the draw this morning.
Oh, it's a big fun weekend, hey? Just at
Oh,
home with the
it's a
family,
wonderful-
Ryan?
Work on Saturday and then just a bit of lazy day on Sunday. You know, you got to have a lazy day every now and then.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
Do you work 6 days a week, Ryan?
Yeah, most of the time, yeah, but I do about 50, 60 hours a week. So, yeah, if I work a Saturday, I really don't want to work a Saturday as it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, what do you do? Do you lose your mind when you're reading about all these office-like businesses that are going down to 4-day working weeks?
Oh, yeah, I drive trucks, so that's never going to happen.
Yeah, you got no chance.
No.
All right, buddy.
Keep working hard, my friend.
Yeah, have
Good
a
luck,
good
Ryan.
day. Let's go to Sandra in Hamilton Hill. Hey, Sandra.
Morning, guys.
Hey, Sandra.
Hey,
Wait,
Sandra.
You sound like you're about 1,000 miles away
I
from
know.
your phone.
Sandra, what was the highlight of your weekend? She's got even further away now.
Sandra,
run to the radio.
When one uses the phone, you put it near yourself.
Well, we heard her, so she's into the draw.
I wonder how far away she is now. Because, you know, every second that goes by, she's going further and further away from her phone.
Let's move on to Kate in Bedfordale. Hi, Kate.
Hello, good morning.
Hey,
Good morning,
Kate.
mate.
How are you, buddy?
I am wonderful. How are you guys?
Yeah,
We're great.
alright.
We're
Hey,
great.
what did you do on the weekend? What was the highlight for you?
Oh, listen, I hate to say it, but I was working at Optus Stadium and I'm a Freo fan, so it was quite enjoyable to see Carlton have a win.
I know,
Sorry?
108 points. I was kind of the same, Kate, by the way, knowing that score. But at least you were there getting paid for it and watching the opposite team lose.
It wasn't too bad.
Is there
But the
staff
weather was
park?
also the best part of the weekend.
Is
So.
there staff parking at Optus?
I'm gonna get
No, but we get a little ticket for the train. So it's all good.
a little ticket for the train.
There you go.
Good on you, Kate.
Good luck with the $10,000. Let's go to Kathy
Thank
and
you
that
so
one.
much, guys.
No worries, sweetheart. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, good morning, guys.
How are
Hey,
you?
good morning, Kathy. What gets you up and about on this Monday morning?
What else works?
Yeah.
Shall I think about it?
Some people are getting up to go to the
Sometimes
gym.
I
mate.
think if I wasn't working,
Yeah.
I would never get out of bed. Sorry, or
Yeah,
off the
I'll
lounge.
still be in bed.
Yeah, seriously.
What, on a good weekend, what can you last in bed to?
Oh, no,
Nathan
I
first.
get up super early, but, like, I can lie there just in a semi-unconscious state watching Netflix for days on end.
Kathy,
I just
Yeah,
need
that
someone.
sounds right, Nate.
Yeah, I just need someone, Kathy, to come in and just move me every so often so I don't develop bed sores.
Kathy, can you get a sleep in at all on the weekends?
Yeah, all my kids are older now, so yeah, I
sweetheart.
lock the door.
You
What
got
a
through
life.
it.
Yeah.
Good luck with the 10K,
Yep.
Kathy.
Yep.
Bye, honey.
All right, we've got Jen to finish us off. G'day, Jen.
Hello, how are you?
Good, buddy.
Jen, did you have a full-on weekend, sweetheart?
I did.
What did you do?
I'm a wedding coordinator, so we had a wedding expo at UWA, and then I went to the football after that, which was terrible.
Yeah.
And then a lazy day on Sunday, which is nice.
Hey, Jen, do bridezillas really exist, or is that something that's
Yeah.
pumped up? Yeah, okay. You answered that
No,
quickly.
they absolutely do.
You beat the buzzer and everything. You were that quick answering that question.
And there's some of
Yep.
the scenarios you come across horrific.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually, sometimes the bridezillas aren't as bad as the bride's mum, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
God, you could tell some stories.
Yeah. All right, we'll
Yep.
get you on tomorrow. Thank you, Jen.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Natalie is away today, but we've got plenty coming up.
Well, Natalie's got scurvy. We just got to keep mentioning that. And a lot of people are concerned, including our producer, about scurvy
Amy,
in the
you're
family.
a bit worried about scurvy. Come towards the microphone.
Well, I caught the tail end of what you guys were saying.
Yeah.
Very important, Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said it's lacking when your diet has a lack of fruit and veg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Vitamin C,
I'm
yep.
concerned for my children.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're very bruised. My children, which I get.
Stop hitting them.
Yeah.
Don't bring scurvy into it. yeah. So you're thinking
I
they
was like,
could
maybe
be.
they're not eating enough vegetables. I know they have their fruit. They love their
Yeah,
fruit,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course, but vegetables
Crunch and
are
sit,
hard.
mate.
Hard to get into.
You've got to
them.
check their shins for shin
I know-
dots. Everyone,
yes.
if you think someone's got scurvy, they've got red and blue dots on their shin,
Shin dots.
which is, it's a little like.
Oh, does that count?
No, that's a QR code.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Sean, that's the sound of the queening, the queening of a person in the jungle.
I like this.
Yes.
Liz Ellis, Australian netball champion, royalty actually. She's taken out the title, Nathan.
Hi, Liz.
Hello, Nathan and Sean.
Hey, Liz, congratulations. Bloody hell, you must be relieved to get this done and dusted.
I'm pretty happy to be out of the jungle, and I had a warm shower and a couple of glasses of red, and I'm feeling human again.
Hey, Liz, I was thinking about you guys on the weekend because I went and got a sneaky bag of KFC, right? Zinger burger chips, you know what I mean? I even chucked in a couple of tenders in there because,
Look at you go, you're living.
Why not?
You're living.
So
You are high on the hog.
Dude. So while I'm walking back to my apartment, I'm going upstairs and I just had various things in my hand. So I just had the bag under my face and all I was doing was breathing in the KFC-ness of it all. And then I thought about you guys in the jungle and I thought, wouldn't that be a great challenge to walk around with the smell of KFC strapped to your face for 24 hours? what would that
And
have
not be
done
able
to
to
you?
eat it.
Yeah, what would that have done to you, Liz?
Oh, that would have sent me insane in the membrane because, it's funny though, all we could smell in camp is smoke. So to walk around with your nose in some sort of bag and smelling KFC
Yeah.
would have been really nice, but to not eat it would have been horrific
Okay,
because
so-
all we could think about and talk about for a month was food.
It brings us to last night. You guys were brought out of the jungle, of
Yep.
course, and then you given a spread on live TV. Did you just want everything to stop and the cameras to shut down so you could just eat like an animal?
Yeah. I think we did anyway. I watched bits and pieces of it, but I'm talking with food in my mouth because I didn't want to waste time not chewing when there was all this food. There was so much food.
The worst part is when you haven't eaten for so long as well, or doing small amounts, your stomach shrinks over that time because you've been in there for a month, Liz, obviously, so you can't fit as much in. You get full quicker. Did that work? Is that how it worked?
Yeah, it is how it works, but I kept on jumping up and going for a little walk and see if I could shake down things to get some room. So, and we all did it. Harry kept getting up and wandering off and trying to shake things out. So, yeah, we didn't eat as much as we would have liked. And then I got my first meal out of the jungle today, and they gave me this beautiful big bowl of spaghetti bolognese.
Oh.
And I ate about 4 mouthfuls, and I was like, "That's it, I'm full."
Oh, yeah.
I'll get over it.
Oh, that's
soon.
because you're full of testicles and stuff at the moment, aren't you?
In the nicest possible way.
Yeah, exactly. Liz, we always talk about that. That's one thing, eating all that
couldn't
crap,
do it.
offal and testicles and stuff like that, ears and...
Yeah.
Man, how do you get through that part of it?
Actually, the first one we did, I had to eat eyeballs.
Oh, yuck.
Bloody
Liz.
awful. And Adam Cooney was no help because when I bit into them, he was like, that stinks. And I'm like, man, that's not helping.
Oh.
But I had Nick Cummins, the honey badger, on the other side of the table. And he was great. He was just munching on everything and trying to eat the raw stuff.
Oh,
That's
that's so disgusting. Like, think about an eyeball, firstly.
Yeah, you got to pull up there. So he showed us the way, and funny, the competitive stuff kicks in. So I thought, if a bloody wallaby can do it, I'm not going to let him show me up. And then you could see Adam Cooney go, well, if a wallaby's going to do it and a netball player's going to do it, I have to do it. So it was all the peer pressure, and it's peer pressure that gets you through.
Mate,
no doubt.
Peer pressure from Australian sporting heroes is
I know, but it's a bloody
intense,
eyeball, you know what I mean?
I know, especially when you're like, your teeth bounce down on the lens.
Oh, yeah, no, it wasn't good. And then they followed it up for a chaser with a rat's tail.
Hey, Liz, I was wondering, right, so we saw the Kerry Ann sort of debacle happen out here, and, I'm sure you guys have your own take on what happened in there. But also, I hear that Harry Garside, his manager, is all upset, or his former manager, about some stuff he was saying in the jungle. And I saw there's some reports on some of the stuff that Dicko was saying. When you're in there chatting, because you have got so much downtime, right, and you're really connecting with people, are you aware of what you're sharing? Because I know that your defences would be down, but the press outside are just pouncing that to happen and write something about... something that you may not have ever spoken about on air before. Are you aware of that while you're in there?
Oh, yeah. You're sort of not... Well, we're not aware of anything that's going on outside, so you don't know how things are being received and reported on. But when you're in there, you do... For a first couple of days, everyone was really careful, and you realise you've got a microphone on and there's TV cameras. But as you get more and more into conversations, you really do just have conversations with people, and... there's some really interesting conversations that happen. So, you do forget. You forget that there's cameras everywhere, that you're under really surveillance 24/7.
Yeah.
The only time you get where cameras can't see you is in the toilet. Like, there's even cameras around the shower and that sort of stuff. So, yeah, you do forget. And a few times I just had to remind myself that I only could tell my story. I couldn't tell stories about other people that I know.
That's a good rule, isn't it?
It'd be hard.
Yeah, and especially my kids. I talked a bit about them, but I thought I just didn't want to give away too much and, tell their story when they're not here to be part of it.
Oh, for sure.
And then they turned up and electrocuted me, so I probably should have talked about them more.
We did get to see your kids turn up, and obviously that's a really emotional time because you haven't seen everybody for a while. And I was thinking about that with myself, though, Liz. So there's a period when if you don't see them for a while, it's so unbelievable, the emotion, right, which we saw. But then after a couple of days, you're like, oh, get them out of my face again. I think you got a couple of days up your sleeve till that happens.
Look, I do have a couple of days up my sleeve, but I'll tell you what I've done tonight, because I've sort of had to leave our hotel to come and chat to you guys at the media centre. And I've left them in the care of Nathan Henry from Geordie Shore, so I just don't know what sort of children I'm going to have when I get back because, my husband's talking to, all the other footy blokes and that sort of stuff. And when I walked out, they were toasting marshmallows with Nathan, and I thought, this is only going to end badly.
You know what's going to happen? You're going to come back to the hotel and your children are going to be 4 shades darker because of the fake tan and they're going to have their teeth bleached.
They're going to be saying, hey, Mum, in it. That's a bit funny, innit?
In it. Yeah.
Oh, Liz, you know what? I really love the opportunity this show gives to be able to fall in love with someone like you all over again. You did such a good job, mate, so well done.
Good on you, Liz.
Oh, thanks so much, boys. Lovely to chat.
Hey, enjoy your time out of the jungle, mate.
All right, honey.
Thanks, I will.
Bye. Eat everything.
Bye.
Eat everything.
I'm going to eat all the things.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
Sean, we're getting there, Nathan, Nat and Sean.
We are.
We're getting there, Sean.
Natalie's away at the moment. She's got scurvy, so hopefully she gets some fruit and veg into her over the next 24 hours and she'll be back, Nathan, tomorrow.
We've been learning a lot about scurvy this morning. Sean, you have 100 children.
Yeah, it's always interesting. They get involved in different things along the journey. So the weekend was just back to junior sport, but they're getting a bit older.
That's a normal interest. There's a news.com.au doctor that comes on and does an article. His name's Dr. Zach Turner, and someone has written to him for help. Here is how it goes. Hi, Dr. Zach. I don't know how to say this because it's very embarrassing to admit, so I'll just come out and say it. My son loves to eat dog biscuits. It started out with me finding him head first in our dog's food bowl before dinner and has ended up with him no longer wanting to eat his normal human food at dinner because he's filled up on dog biscuits. I have looked up on the internet and apparently it's not dangerous to eat them. Can you confirm whether it's dangerous to eat dog biscuits? I'm hoping he will grow out of it as he gets older. Might there be a specific explanation for his fascination with doggy dinners? Now, Dr. Zach has responded and said many patients have said this and most of them will grow out of this phase, if not all of them. He said dog biscuits contain high levels of protein and fat, which can be difficult for humans to digest. So it's not particularly good for you. It's not particularly bad for you.
But it doesn't break down that well, so it comes out the other end pretty quickly.
Yeah. If it's going to be a permanent fixture in your child's life, then that could cause a few, warning bells. But it's the phases that kids go through. That must be so exciting as a parent if it's a good one.
I can't remember any things that were really difficult other than, the usual cowboys or getting caught up with, just basic dress-ups.
There must be a thing, though. So say your child eating dog biscuits. Food. It must be a thing where, Amy, you're a parent. Come to the microphone, please. Would that be a bit embarrassing for a mother?
Yeah, I'd probably keep it.
But
certainly wouldn't be telling you to.
I'm sorry. Wouldn't it just be a lot easier for lunch? Just
100%.
Just pour some kibble in a bowl.
Yeah. So lunch boxes have got all those compartments now. So Sonny has tomatoes and things. And, so you got one of dog biscuits in there. It'd save you a fortune as well.
And also, would there be panic, Amy? Say you've got some friends coming over for dinner and you're going to if it was Charlotte going, Charlotte, we've got some people coming over tonight, sweetheart, you're going to have to eat at the table. Do not go near the dog's bowl. Please, sweetheart, do not go down on your hands and knees and eat from the dog's bowl.
Do not tell anyone.
You would.
That you enjoy eating. And I'd be like, come on, it's our little thing. It's fine for you to do at home, but do not take it outside of the house.
Okay, so Johnny and Vanessa, their daughter Fifu, they do not know where she's gotten this. And it's a really great phase, so I really hope that she never grows out of it. But suddenly one night they were saying goodnight to her. So she's lying in bed and they went, good night, Fifi. And she went, good night. She did it like a monster. And then they've just gone, what the hell was that? Every night since she's, they say good night, they now have to say to her, good night, Fifi. And Fifi goes, good night. And no one knows where it came from, but I hope that sticks around forever.
Oh, that's a cute one.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to talk about the unusual phase that a child has gone through and how long it stuck around for.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Shelley's in Averley. Hello, Shelley.
Hi, good morning, guys. How are you?
Hey, wonderful, Shelley.
All right, so these phases that kids go through, Shelley, can be funny and sometimes embarrassing.
Okay, well, my now 33-year-old daughter, when she was 4, used to moon everybody. I'd take her to the shopping centre, to the supermarket. She'd run away from the trolley. She'd run to somewhere and she'd moon.
Just
supermarket.
running around and pulling brown eyes at random people.
Running around brown eyes. She used to hear the postman coming in our cul-de-sac, so she'd run down there and be waiting for him. And the poor man used to try and be putting the letters in the letterbox with his eyes closed. He was mortified.
You're right.
But the
worst one.
Yeah.
The worst thing was in the supermarket when they'd come over the PA and say, the lady with the little strawberry-haired girl with the pink dress on, would you please come to the frozen food? She's mooning people.
So the little red-headed girl with the pink dress on and the brown eye, could you please come and pick her up?
Absolutely. It was horrendous. It was so embarrassing.
Well, Shelley, kids pick this up from somebody to see that. So who are you pointing the finger at?
Shelley?
Who am I pointing the finger at?
Yeah. Who at home was doing it so she could copy it?
Nobody. That was just her, because that lasted a year and then she went on to eating all the Barbie doll shoes in the house.
So she went from pulling brown eyes to eating Barbie's accessories.
Absolutely. It was one thing after another until she probably reached the age of 21.
I tell you what, you had a lot of ammo at her 21st speeches and 30th birthday chats.
Imagine how many Barbie shoes have come out of that brown eye. That's brilliant. Thanks, Shelley. Let's go to Angie in Baldivis. Hey, Angie. Hey, Angie. We can hear you, Angie. Angie! Now, all right, we're going to see if we can get Angie up there. Let's go to Tracy in Adelaide. Hey, Trace. Hey, Tracy.
Hello?
Hey, Trace.
Hey, mate, how are you?
Trace, we're talking about the things that the kids got stuck into. Are you there, Trace?
She can't hear us. Can you hear us, Tracy? Hello, Tracy?
Hello, good morning.
Oh, yeah, hey, Tracy.
There you go.
Gee, that was great. Wasn't
That was
it?
a
Great
bit of fun,
radio.
wasn't it? Tracy, we're talking about children's phases. What did your kid go through?
Well, my son, who is now 14, he didn't want a nursery rhyme before he went to bed. He wanted me to sing the New Zealand national anthem before he went to bed every single night for almost 3 years.
So is that your background?
It is mine,
Yes.
but he was learning the Australian national anthem at school, and then he asked me if I knew the New Zealand one, and he liked it better, but he wanted it as a nursery rhyme.
So every night you would sing that to get your child to bed?
Yep.
I don't even know
I said, Can't I sing something else? And he goes, no, Mum, it makes me feel relaxed. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, God, there's Beyonce,
I really like the New Zealand one.
there's Ed Sheeran, there's so many different things. You got the Wiggles. But
I know, but no, it had to be that. I tried everything, but I had to sing that every single night.
Oh, did you all stand as well to show respect to the country?
No, I didn't do all verses. I just did only the first verse, and I said that's all I know.
Is the first verse in Maori?
Oh, no, not when I went to school.
Okay.
How does it go? I don't even know.
Do I really have to?
Yes, you do. I do. Yes, please. I've never heard it. Please.
I've got the worst singing voice.
No, you don't.
No, I
It's
bet you
beautiful.
don't. I bet you don't.
You'll pick up a contract after this. Go on, give it to us.
No, I won't.
All right, give us a bit of it.
All right, they're ready.
Yeah.
I'll do it just a teeny tiny bit.
Okay, teeny tiny, yeah.
All right. God of nations, at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat. God defend New Zealand. That's it. I'm not doing any more.
Well, why would you? You've just destroyed music for everybody.
I did. I told you so.
That was really
No, that was good.
Sean.
Good on you. No, I
do you
like
know
it.
it?
Oh, because you see in rugby and all the sporting things that I watch, I really enjoy it. And South Africa's one as well. Because they sing in both native tongues, which is even better, apart from the English.
Yeah, right. This is it now. How have I gone this whole time with... Oh, there you go. I don't watch sports, so that's probably how I got there. Wow, that's a beautiful one.
It's got a nice melody.
Thank you. All right, guys, we're going to finish it up with Angie from Baldivis. Hi, Angie.
Hi, how are you?
Good,
Angie. We are discussing phases children have gone through. What happened?
Yep. So when my daughter was 4, she used to crawl around on all fours at the park in public and pretend she was a dog. So she would get a stick and drop it at my feet and pant, and I would throw it for her and she'd go and fetch it and come back.
Oh, no. See, that's really getting involved, Ange.
I would throw it for her. What were other parents doing? Were they?
We did get spotted a few times and got a few weird looks, but hey, she was having fun. So,
How long was she a dog for?
probably just the summer. Probably, grew out of it by then.
Don't you love it when you're speaking to your kid when they're a little bit older and go, do you remember the summer where you were a dog?
She'd absolutely kill me. I've got it on video too. So.
Oh, even better. Yeah, that'd be great, Ange. Just wait for the right time to bring it out at those.
I will.
Oh, brilliant. All right, thanks, Ange. So there's some great phases. All the kids seem to have come out the other end, though.
Yeah, they seem to have. Family passed to see the Sea Monsters exhibition plus $100 cash, Nath. You can check it out, everyone, at the WA Maritime Museum. Shelley started us off because her daughter was mooning everybody and she went through that phase, and then she kept moving on to different phases, including...
Yeah, she was eating Barbie doll accessories like high heels and things, which I think is absolutely brilliant.
Nathan, Nat and Sean and the podcast. This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Nat's away. Don't worry. She'll be back.
Yeah, absolutely. Nathan, things have been happening in your street in recent times?
Yeah, Sean. I live in the wonderful suburb of Maylands, and I love Maylands. It's the best. There's so many great eateries there. Everyone's really friendly, but yet we do have sort of a lag over from the last sort of phase of Maylands, and that is there are smatterings of crime here and there.
It keeps you on your toes, though.
It does.
It does. Just in case you get a bit,
You enjoy it.
Yes.
You enjoy it, Sean, but you always got your reflexes ready to go. Just in case someone is ready to pounce. So driving in my street home the other day, I noticed something on a street pole right outside of my house, and it was a sign, just a white A4 piece of paper with taped onto the pole with red gaffer tape.
Okay.
And it was a warning. It was a warning, Sean.
Okay. What
you got to remember, this is directly over the road from my house.
Yes.
So here it is. Here's the pole, Sean. There you go. See, so you can see that driving away a fair way.
It's fair to say, Nathan, that is a good pole.
It's a good pole. And there's the sign. And then when you go close to the sign, it says this: drug dealers beware. This area is being monitored by CCTV. Now, I do like the warning to drug dealers to be aware and to let them know that they are being filmed selling their products on my street, apparently. I am at home quite a lot, and I have not seen this influx of drug dealers. I mean, and everyone's experience is different, so maybe these neighbours have seen some drug dealing in our street, but I have not. I don't look outside, and I've got a better vantage point than they do. I'm sort of up high, so I can sort of see down on the street. I've not seen people converging and doing those, those handshakes where they slide the money and take the gear.
All the time.
I've not had that.
I know, but someone's gone to the effort of writing this. They've thought that this is an issue for the street.
There is an issue for the street here. My question to you, Sean McManus, is: do you have signs like this in your street?
We haven't had a sign like this.
What area do you live in?
Picton.
Oh, go figure.
No, I do have Tim, the neighbour across the road, who has CCTV vision of the street.
Of the no crime that happens in Picton. Can we borrow it?
Oh, they reckon Megan's always reading these bloody Facebook pages. Oh, you got to lock the door. Someone's been coming around and all this kind of stuff. Though we do have someone that's aware and got the vision ready, but I don't have no signs up, and there's no drug deals been happening that I'm aware of.
The only stranger that would be going to your street is someone delivering Uber Eats. Let's be honest. It got me to thinking, what's happening in people's streets?
Yeah.
So we're going to start this. News from your street. That's right, everyone. You're going to give us a call on 13 24 10, and you're going to tell us the latest news that's happening from your street.
I like it.
This could be a crime wave. This could be someone doing something very interesting. Maybe you've got a neighbour. You know that neighbour that always buys new stuff and parks it on the front? So they've got a new boat, they've got a new trampoline, they've got a new car, and you sit there scratching your head going, what do they do?
Yeah,
always got new stuff.
You always find out what they do, and it's not good. The other thing is, what about relationships kicking off in the street?
Oh, who's fighting in the street? Do you live next door to someone having major blues every night? Is their relationship on the rocks? That is news from your street.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Right now, we're discussing news from your street. On my street, there is apparently a major drug dealer problem, which has necessitated a sign being put on a lamppost right outside of my house saying, drug dealers beware, this area is being monitored by CCTV. Now, strangely enough, under this lamppost, The lamp is so bright, I don't think this would be the spot where drug dealers would do drug deals. But apparently we've got them everywhere. I have not seen one yet. All right, Sean, we've got some reporters in different suburbs around Perth.
Well, let's head to Michelle and Piara Waters. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Fantastic, Michelle. I'm surprised I got to work today from the sea of ecstasy that was being sold outside of my house. Michelle,
aren't you lucky?
What's the news happening in your street?
Well, I've just had some people move in next door, and I heard this noise, and I thought I was watching a movie at the time, so I thought it was, to do with the movie.
Yeah.
And then it just got louder and louder, and there's some guys playing bagpipes out the back of their yard.
No.
That would be the worst thing ever. That sound.
No.
Yes, my pet I hate the bagpipes.
My God.
Anyway, it just kept getting louder and louder and louder.
Yeah.
And that was going on for about, half an hour. And they play every other day. So when I walk outside, I can actually see the tips of the bagpipe.
Just the tip?
Just the tip.
Just the tip. The most important part, the tip.
Some people say the bottom's more important, but each to their own.
I wouldn't know these days.
You would never know, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. So they're bagpipers. Bagpipers? What are they called?
Pipers? I'll go with pipers.
Pipers? So they're
yes.
Oh my God, Sean, that's
the worst, because people live next to people who play a musical instrument. The drums is one thing, but bagpipes way off the top.
Can I tell you right now? What do you think's worse, bagpipes or drums?
Oh, bagpipes,
Michelle?
all day.
Bagpipes.
Yeah, so loud.
Bagpipes.
So loud.
All right, mate.
So loud.
We feel for you, Michelle.
Is a bloody good story. Surprise bagpipers moving next door. Unbelievable stuff. Let's see what's happening in Mindarie with our reporter, Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Oh, hello. Good morning, everybody.
Got to see if Michelle reporters.
We do. Michelle's great at getting us the
Right.
news, Sean. What is happening in your street, Michelle?
Well, unfortunately, I have to report that it was myself and my husband's behaviour that was a little embarrassing in hindsight.
That's all right.
So we were sitting out the front one night, summer's evening, having a few beverages, and started discussing our neighbour's security light, which had been driving us bonkers because every time a car drives past, the light comes on, it shines in our bedroom. And in having a beverage, I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm going to write just a nice, friendly, neighbourly letter and pop it in their letterbox.
Yes.
Just saying, could you please adjust your light? That'd be great.
Yeah.
So off I go, pop it in, scuttle back across the road, sit down. My husband goes, do you know what? I actually know how to adjust light. I'm just going to go over there and adjust it for them. Off he goes, adjusts the light, comes back, sits down.
Yes.
Enjoying another beverage, the neighbours come out the front, straight to their letterbox.
Yeah.
They're looking up and down the street, and we are sitting there like, oh my God, don't move, they're going to see us.
Yeah.
They obviously know. So they go to their security light, they're like looking panicked. So we're like, oh my God. So we duck inside and think, oh, I don't know how, they must have somehow known. Anyway, next day, we have a knock at the door, and the neighbour has my letter in her hand, and she says, just wondering if you guys know anything about this. Somebody dropped this letter in our letterbox. And my husband goes, no, don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, we've been up and down the street. We're checking everyone's CCTV footage. Because our other neighbour is a policeman.
Yes.
So, and he comes out the back and he's like, oh my God, we are so done for.
You're gone.
We have to go over there.
Yep.
So we went over. We knock on the door with our heads hung low.
Yes.
And we say, we're really sorry. My husband goes, I'm really sorry. I just lied to you. My wife actually wrote the letter and I adjusted your light. And she says, oh, yeah, we know our security light actually has a camera on it. So we could see your face.
Oh!
Right up in the camera because they'd had a few incidents in their front yard. So like an alarm goes off, which is why they came running out the front the minute that we were there.
Embarrassing.
So, Michelle, she came over, knocked on you, knowing full well she'd seen.
You, and you guys lied to her.
We don't know because she said, the neighbour's camera caught a lady coming over in this direction. So we're not sure, but
She
honestly,
knew.
we've never, that was over 12 months ago, we've never said a word to them since. We don't even, if they're out the front, we do not. It's just
You gotta
so embarrassing.
You have to avoid those people for the rest of your life.
So embarrassing. Oh, my God.
Isn't it worse when someone... You know what? If you know the truth about someone, you should tell them that before they start lying. That's so unfair.
Yeah, I reckon that's
That is
unfair.
so
That's
unfair.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Right now, we are doing this. News from your street.
Just to recap, Nathan, of the top story tonight. What was the story from your street?
Okay, my street. The news from my street is apparently we have a significant drug dealer problem, which has necessitated a sign being put up right outside of my house. By the way, haven't seen one drug dealer. We've had a bagpipist move in next door to Michelle from Piara Waters, and Michelle from Mindari, she went over and adjusted her neighbour's security light, said that it wasn't them, and then found out afterwards they had a video recording of her doing it.
That was fantastic, actually. Katie, things happening in your street at the moment?
Hello, Katie. Oh, I see.
I know.
Live reporting,
I know.
Sean. Live
That's what
reporting.
happens.
Let's move on to Sylvia from Joondalup. Hello, Sylvia.
Hi, how are you?
Great, Sil. All right, news from your street, Sil.
Okay, so I live in a small cul-de-sac, and we've got a lady that lives across the road from us, and she practices voodoo and talking in tongues. and she does that in her backyard. So we hear everything, and it can get quite, it's quite interesting, but also daunting, and can get quite frightening. But not only that, she has this big shed where she has people coming, and she more or less has set up her own church.
Yes.
And they break in, they sing, and then they break into chanting and voodoo and all sorts
Black
of stuff.
magic.
So the whole street has to listen to that. And she has actually invited us over.
Get in there, mate.
No, because I won't go, I've declined. She now calls me the bad neighbour. So,
Sil, she'll put a needle in your bloody doll.
Of course she will. You know that there is one of you. Like, there's an outfit that's gone missing off your washing line. She's taken one of your dresses, made a little dress of the voodoo doll, and then is about to get pinned in the head.
Have you had
I've wondered why I've got back pain.
Yeah, you get a few sharp pains every now. That Sylvia, that's pretty full on. That's during the day, Sylv. Is this neighbour just a normal, going to work type of person? And then this is what they do?
I don't even know. I'm too scared. Like when she's out there, I'm too scared to go out there because I'm scared she's going to get a voodoo doll of me and start jabbing it in my back.
She's got one. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, she has.
Sil.
It's mainly on the weekends or late afternoon, and other than that, the house is very quiet. But when we see lots of cars, people coming and going, we know that there's going to be I suppose, a church session, and them singing. The singing is beautiful, but it's when they break out into chanting and all this.
And slaughter the chicken, of course.
Yeah,
that's
of course.
a terrifying thing. And
They pay their faces blood.
Exactly, which is what we all know about voodoo. That's insane. When someone is doing a meeting like that in your street, next door to my place, before the new places were built, there was an old house, and that had laugh therapy in there. So my neighbours were telling me just before I moved in, they just stopped just before I moved in, but there was just like 20 or 30 people in there forced laughing. That was happening during the day. Forced laughing. Unbelievable stuff.
That is unbelievable.
That was a great story log there. Thanks, Sil. And let's go to our final reporter for the morning. She is in Brabham, and her name is Katie. Hello, Katie.
Hi.
Good morning, Katie. What's going on in your street, Katie?
Well, I'm building at the moment in Brabham a townhouse, and my cat passed away, and I didn't know what to do with the body.
Yeah. Yes.
And I had been on it's actually only 2 Tinder dates with a guy, and he said, oh, well, why don't you go and bury it at your block? All the sand is all ready, we can go bury it there. So we go to the block, we're digging a hole, I'm standing there with the body bag, and someone drives past, and I said, oh no, I think like one of my neighbours has seen me. He said, no, they haven't seen you, don't worry about it. About 10 months later, I found a few of the girls on Instagram. We're in a group chat, and she says, did I drive past and see someone burying a body?
And it was you.
Me.
But it's okay because we put a concrete slab over the top of it. Like you're learning.
Oldest trick in the book.
Exactly.
The police will always come and look under that concrete. It'll be 10 years later, but they'll find that cat. Can I just say, isn't that disturbing, like, to know that your new name? So imagine that. I think that's the girl that's bought that property. She's building on here, and then you see her late at night burying a dead cat in the ground. For no particular reason. Oh, okay, guys. That was some really good news happening from your street, Sean.
$300 to spend at the Herdsman. By the way, before I give this away, everybody who we spoke to, a couple of Michelles, Katie and Sylvia, will go in the running for 10K a day in May.
Yes. Sean, who do you think had the best story from this morning?
Oh, well, I liked all of them. It was so great. I'm going to go with you, Katie, that one.
Oh, Katie!
You swooped in, but they were all fantastic.
Katie, you took it out. There you go, $300 to spend at Herdsman, sweetheart.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
No worries. Not needing any cat food, I take it, no?
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Talking about corn holders with the great Matthew Pavlich, who's joined us for the next, I'm going to keep you for an hour, Pav. I'm not sure if you're aware of that.
Oh, he's working. Oh, there we go. Right.
Yeah, they're working.
Nat's away, and we're just discussing the fact that she's got scurvy, Pav.
Yeah, as I said, apparently it's going around.
Yeah, exactly, which is very surprising in this day and age.
Be careful where you go. I mean, you can get it anywhere these days.
Pav, you know what to do. You check your shins, don't you, for scurvy?
It's a blue and red spots.
Blue and red spots.
Wow. You're a veteran of this.
Scurvy,
all
mate.
over it.
But everyone's all worried about how much vegetable intake they get, and Pav, there was a bit of stuff going on.
So last night and we'll talk about this in a moment because we had so much sport across the weekend,
Yeah.
Sean. I know it was you bemoaned the fact you're sort of taxing the kids around.
Oh, yeah.
I think we had so many sports across the weekend, but we in between basketball and then going back to Claremont Oval to watch our daughter play halftime of the waffle game there.
Oh, awesome.
Which was great fun. We've decided to put some lamb on, put some roast in. Are we going to an ad? So does this
No, we're doing this. We're doing this. We're in it now.
I can hear the music.
No. Am I getting played out? No, you're in.
And then, so anyway, the beautiful meal. Anyway, long story short, I'm force feeding my 6-year-old some vegetables, roast vegetables.
Yes.
That Lauren had cooked. The kids and their veggies, they're not great.
But you know what, though?
Their veggies are nuggets and chips these days. That's what they see.
Roast veggies are amazing, but you don't understand that greatly until you're older. The only vegetable that I ate growing up was corn. And corn is the one thing that goes in you and then comes out of you the same. So it was doing no nutritional value in my body on the way through.
Asparagus is the same. It just comes out as a smell, not as a sight.
Oh, no wonder it always smells.
So asparagus, everything that asparagus offers comes out in your wee.
You smell it.
So it's not doing any good inside your lungs there while it's visiting?
I don't know.
Anyway, heaps of more non-facts here on Nova. We're not going to check it even though Google's right there.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
Nova Footy.
Thanks to McCafe.
We are joined by Matthew Pavlich. Of course, you can see him on 9 News Nightly, giving us a rundown on the sport. There's been plenty of happenings, Pav, but you did mention junior sport.
Oh, yeah.
This time of year, Nathan, because it's the winter sport brigade jump in as netball and hockey and footy get underway. It is the most busy time of all time.
Before you guys get stuck into what you're about to tell me, which was probably 300 hours of driving and waiting around, you know there's people out there without active children that aren't part of any team?
But they still have activities across the weekend.
There's some kids out there that don't do anything that's outside. And imagine their parents, they're not in the car.
But they might have
fuel and worrying about teammates and
surely there's a play date or
it's not this kid I'm talking about. We all know him.
His name Nathan.
We all know that.
Would I think his name might be Nathan?
Yeah, exactly. It is not. Have a play date on the horizon.
No, but I think lots of listeners will be out there, Shawnee, knowing that. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what your routine looked like, but we had a Friday night. So my daughter, her first entree into footy, she hasn't really shown much interest into playing footy before, but I think her mates have convinced her to get a part of this Year 5-6 team.
Right.
The Swanee Tigers have started last year. Drew Banfield actually had a daughter last year play in the team, and it sort of created, Willow created some great atmosphere and enjoyment, and so it's become a thing. There's 2 Year 5-6 team girls, which is awesome, and they're so enthusiastic and they're into it, and it's great. So that started Friday night. It rolled into our son's basketball Saturday morning, 8 o'clock. It then went to, we had to split, we had to divide and conquer. Lauren went to Harper's basketball, I went to Will's soccer, and then I went basically straight to the Eagles and Carlton game.
And worked all night,
and then woke up and coached the Year 3 Swanee Tigers yesterday morning at 8 a.m. Against North Beach, which was good fun. So our son Jack played in that. And then, where did we go after that? I can't remember. Then we went to our daughter's Wobble basketball. The Perry Lakes Hawks. And
Wobble?
Wobble.
What's Wobble?
So that's a state league. That's like a state combined.
Western Australian Basketball League.
I've never heard of that before. That's great.
So
I love the Wobble League.
she played in the under-12s down there at Hammy Hill, actually. They played Coburn. And then we had a little bit of a break to come back and try to sort some sort of household duties or put the feet up for a minute. Put the roast lamb on and the veggies on, and then we went to Clermont Oval for Harper's. So she played at half time yesterday. So we're exhausted. I'm not sure what yours looks like. I'm not asking to go through it all.
Can I just say quickly, and this is to all modern parents, I feel for what you go through, because back in the day, no one cared if our parents didn't go. That's right. Literally, you would play a sport and you would never see your parents there. They wouldn't take you there either. You would have to ride your bike at 10 at night because they didn't care where you were. And now it's all like about being present and being part of all of it. Oh my God, it must be exhausting.
No, you're exactly right there with all that kind of stuff. But ours is the same. So Sonny's playing netball, footy on the weekends. Different days. Ollie's playing, Lachlan's playing. Cooper's doing stuff at school still because he's doing musicals at there. But anyway, in between that, I was supposed to do the scoring and the timekeeper at the netball, but I didn't know how to bloody score. I'm just throwing into it. So I'm going up to Paul Hazeby's wife, Nicole.
It's a goal. They've got a goal.
What did you do?
Anyway, so she handballed the scoring for me, so I just had to be the timekeeper. And I was trying to start the game every quarter. I was trying to start it a little bit early.
This is on the digital clock, or this is just on the stopwatch?
You know those little, it's got those little hand timer things where you just put the minutes in. It's a little clock.
Okay.
Anyway, I was doing that. So then Sunday came around yesterday when I went to the footy, and I was on barbecue duties. So I'm doing the.
So you were timing netball the day before and cooking sausages the next day.
How many snags did you have yourself? Did you sneak a couple?
I didn't have one. I was flat out, man. And there was a bloody line at one stage because everyone's frothing over a hot dog. So
would you go mustard? Would you go sauce, onions? What's your mix?
Oh no, I will have mustard and sauce, and I'll have onions. I don't mind what quality a hot dog is either. I mean, the ones at IKEA, they're amazing to me, and I don't know why you're always so famished. The funniest hot dog that was ever for sale was they had a Pride Fair Day down at a park one year, and they had a hot dog stand there, and the guy went, a hot dog's like $2 or whatever, and I said no worries. So we went and got 2 hot dogs. As he turned around to go and get the sausages off the hot plate, he had arseless chaps on. And there was just something really sobering about the purchase after that. Let's just say it didn't go towards my mouth too quickly.
Believe it or not, Shorty had those same chaps on yesterday. Cooking the barbecue.
There was a line. Oh, Jesus.
It's a thankless job, some of this parent volunteering stuff. I'm trying to get over the chaplets for a minute, but it is thankless. Even yesterday, so one of our parents, the Oval, where the kids are playing footy, the dogs are running around beforehand, there's dog turds everywhere on the field. So one of the parents has gone and got a couple of bags, and they're going around making sure that the Oval's ready for our match. So all of that stuff, it's parents, they're volunteers. So it's a shout out to everyone across there or out there who's had to do that across the weekend.
Hey, we're going to get you to stick around, Pav. So
really? Okay.
Yeah. Because I cannot have this stop. It's unbelievable. More Pav very soon.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
We are catching up with Matthew Pavlich as we speak. You can watch him on 9 News tonight.
And why wouldn't you, Sean?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Absolutely. Pav, there's been news out of the AFL world with Andrew Dillon being announced as CEO.
He has been, yes. Long awaited announcement, this one. I think everyone for a long time thought Andrew Dillon was the most likely successor to the role. Gillon McLachlan announced he was going to step down quite some time ago, and there's been a lengthy search for a replacement. I think they went externally. They sounded out the general market and eventually landed on the person who I think everyone internally, in terms of the industry, clubs, and people that work and know Andrew and know the AFL, think he was always the right person for the job. But I think it was getting to a point where they had to do something quickly. Otherwise, I mean, there's been some movement anyway within the AFL executive. David Stevenson, Travis Auld, there's some noise around, have already left the executive. So there's going to be change because of what's happened. But finally, Andrew Dillon, I think it's a good announcement.
So is Gillon going to something?
Well, this is an interesting thing. There's been lots of talk across the last 2 or 3 weeks that he may be staying on in some capacity. Now, I don't know if that is accurate or not, but the longer this goes and the more you keep hearing and speaking to people, it sounds as though that could be possible, that he won't be the CEO of football as such, but he might, some of the more strategic things that get done in the industry. Tasmania is getting close, obviously, with the announcement over the weekend. The CBA is not quite done. AFLW, there's some stuff there. Concussion, there's lots of big and broadcast deal and media continues to, obviously the deal was signed a while ago, but there continues to be work to be done on those big strategic projects. So perhaps, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but perhaps he kind of moves into a different role, an adjunct, if you like, to the commission, and Andrew Dillon and a few of the executives, new people that come in and run football, so to speak. So you don't know what's going to happen there.
That's the gig you want, because you left the field, you're not copping any heat from anyone, and then just getting paid.
What's a drop in the pay though? What would he be on now? What do we reckon, ballpark?
Well, he's on
2
millions.
plus.
2 plus.
Yeah. They get bonuses every year, stuff like that.
And bonuses.
Pretty sure they do.
About the same as you, Nathan.
Well, that was my first year.
Is that before or after tax?
No, I've got no money. Sean's got
I don't know exactly.
Mansion.
Don't know exactly what's going to happen. I think Gil, who's done a wonderful job, and his legacy will be significant for the game of AFL, and I think he should be absolutely celebrated. I think he'll probably go on to something else, but there has been some talk more recently that it could be that left of field opportunity to work on some of the bigger projects. Interesting.
Yeah, I reckon that will work out well. Well, that'll work out well for him. Pav, just before we let you go, we've had you for quite some time. We haven't
have to take this chain off my leg. I can't get out of here.
No, check the other leg. There's another chain.
Okay.
I know, put it on there.
Fremantle Dockers and the West Coast Eagles. For all our suffering footy fans over here, both teams are struggling.
It's brutal. Both teams at the bottom of the ladder. I just had the ladder up before. So West Coast, bottom of the ladder with 1 win and only 64 percentage points. Fremantle, 2 wins and 84 percentage points. We're just doing the maths before, Shawnee. So on the weekend, West Coast get absolutely hammered by Carlton by 108 points. Across the last 4 weeks, Melbourne, Geelong, Port Adelaide and Carlton, it's a total of 267 points they've lost by an aggregate, average of about 11 goals.
11 goals a game.
So going out getting, on average getting beaten by 11 goals. So yes, they've got injury problems, but I think actually at West Coast at the moment, it is wallpapering some of the cracks that are lying under the surface. Their list, they Josh Kennedy retires last year and Jack Redden retires, but they didn't necessarily cut deep enough to some of those veterans. It's a really hard position because they're the ones that have won you the premiership in 2018. They're the ones that have been your warriors for a long period of time, and I'm talking about Nick Natanui, Jeremy McGovern, Jamie Cripps, Elliot Yeo, so on, Luke Shuey. But it's a really challenging one because you do have to make some harder calls to allow some list space and also opportunity for those coming underneath. So I think there's some years ahead of pain, unfortunately.
Yeah. Wow. And the purple team haven't been travelling too well. Have you spoke to Justin?
I haven't spoken to Justin. No, I haven't. Look, they've been... I think what happened in the early part of the year, defensively, they were still rock solid. They were still good behind the ball. They weren't bleeding scores. And then they've sort of gone away from that, trying to move the ball a bit quicker, tried to open up stoppages. And unfortunately, that has meant they've bled scores, and across the last 3 or 4 weeks, it's been, I think, more effort-based than it has been structural, if that makes sense. On the weekend, fumbly, basic sort of skill errors, drop marks, and that just opened up the door for Brisbane's pressure and then goals. And the week before against the Western Bulldogs, just their contest was terrible. Their effort-based stuff was just not hungry enough, Shawnee. You know when you're watching a team, just to the eye, are they on? Are they throwing their body on the ball? Are they desperate enough to make a tackle or go for a mark? And clearly against the Bulldogs, that wasn't the case. So a couple of poor weeks for Freo. And this is the expectation gap that we're seeing at the moment. The expectation heading into this year, West Coast, well, they won't necessarily make the finals. It's a bit of a throw of the dice, and then they lose all those players to injury, and the heat doesn't necessarily come just yet. It might soon enough for Simo and those guys. But for Freo, it was, they're going to finish in the top. They're going to finish in the top 8. They're going to maybe even push higher than that. Well, right now they're nowhere near that. So that's why there is some heat going towards Justin and the club, because they're so far behind where everyone thought they might be this year.
Wow. Wouldn't they just kill to have a fresh McManus and Pavlich in the team?
Definitely
fresh
not.
one.
Definitely not.
What do you mean, Sean? Fresh undercut.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm all about that.
Full of beans.
How is your body? Because I've had the sorest back the last week or so. I've been hobbling. Like yesterday, because when you're coaching year threes, you're actually out there with them and trying to instruct them and help them, just basics like get off the mark and spread out and back in. I could hardly move yesterday in this year 3 match. Right?
I'm living off Naprosyn 500s at the moment every day, but got to join Pilates. Now we had a talk about, Nathan's always talking about.
I thought Pilates used to. When I first heard of Pilates, I thought it was spelling out the alphabet using your body.
So Lauren's a physio, Lauren's a Pilates instructor, and we've got a reformer and a bit of a setup at home. So
we're
very well. No, I am. It's just when you're that sore, you can't. You can't even do Pilates.
I can't touch my toes. I can't stand up. I can't do any of it.
That's it. I can only touch my knees. Honestly, it's painful at the moment.
Good on you, Pav. Thanks for coming in, mate. We'll see you next week.
You can now leave.
Nathan, Nat and Sean and the podcast.
Nova's 10K a day in May.
Oh my God, 10K a day in May. A guaranteed 10K winner every weekday.
Free money, Sean.
Oh, I love it. Can I get my hands on it? What do you need to do?
No, we signed a contract that says we can't. This is Nova's 10K a day in May, and we're excited that it's back.
We need to hear your voice to be able to get in the running for this. Samantha, are you there?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Samantha. $10,000, Samantha. Pretty good to get
That'd
your
be
hands on
lovely.
that, hey? Yeah.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
so
okay.
$10,000, great. What present would you buy Sean and myself if you were to win it?
Well, we're going to Ireland and Dubai in August, so I'd get you something from there definitely, because I would blow it all on the holiday.
Oh, like a souvenir spoon, perhaps? Is that what we're thinking?
Possibly. Yeah. Or a mug.
A souvenir mug, Sean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tea towel. That'd be even better.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like a patterned tea towel, though.
No, that wouldn't go with your
my
your
aesthetic.
palette.
Yeah. Thank you so much. There's some great options
Thanks,
there.
Samantha.
You better definitely buy us one of them. Let's go to Tanika in Byford. Hi, Tanika.
Hello.
Hi. So now we've heard your voice. You're in the running for $10,000, in which you would spend some of it on Sean and I by buying us what?
Oh, anything you'd like,
Sean.
reasonably.
You want a horse?
I don't know. You're not going to get much change out of 10 grand if I put my order in there.
Sean with the new horse. Thank you so much. That was a verbal contract.
I've got a verbal contract.
Done. All right. Chris is in Oakford. Hey, Chris.
Hi guys, how you going?
Hey,
Great,
wonderful,
Chris. We'd just like to be cut in on a bit of a deal. What have you got for us?
I'd like to actually take a second honeymoon to Italy.
And how does that benefit Sean and I?
Yes.
That's a good question, isn't it? Maybe, or I'd say I'd bring you home a nice Italian pizza, but I don't think it'd be any good by the time we got back.
You're right. You're not going to get that through
It might be a bit
at all.
stale.
Yeah. So we're going to get perhaps seized at the airport stale pizza, Sean.
How are we going to get back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Harry,
Sorry.
just want to get that entry out, and we just shredded that one. Thank you so much.
Chris. Try again next time.
Well, I mean, seriously, bring your A game, hey?
All right. Is it Briley?
Hi, Briley.
Hi, Bryce.
Morning.
Hi, Briley. A big misstep there from Chris from Oakford. You're to win $10,000. What would you buy us, Briley, as a little bit of a thank you?
Well, I'm a bit like Samantha, the first caller. I'm off to England, though, in August. So, if you've got a list for something in England, I can bring you back something from England.
God, we don't want anything royal, do we? We're going to be those people. There is a coronation.
Yes, we do. Apparently, the coronation stuff, they reckon there's a couple of plates or whatever up for the coronation. If you buy that plate, automatically, as soon as you bought it, it's doubled in value to like $1,800 the next day.
All right, we'll have a full set of plates.
We'll have a full set of coronation homewares, please.
We're in.
You're in too.
Then
There's a deal, Briley. Good on you, mate.
All right, Samantha, Tanika, Briley, and not Chris. We're all put in then.
Fantastic. Okay, we're going to be doing this, throughout the day, actually.
Yep. Keep your phone handy because Ricky Lee, Tim, and Joel, they could be calling you back and making you $10K richer.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.